Hello, and welcome to PADNET Presents. I'm your host, Ross Jordan, and today you will hear candidate statements in an effort to help inform Long Beach voters about the upcoming primary elections on March 3rd, 2020. We've invited the candidates running for local office to record a video statement. We've also asked voters to provide a question, and all candidates will have a chance to answer the selected question. Here are the candidate statements for each district presented in no particular order.
Hello, my name is Cindy Allen. Thank you so much for allowing me to introduce myself. I grew up on the west side of Long Beach. I went to Long Beach Poly, where I was student body president. I went to Long Beach City and Long Beach State, where I earned a master's degree in public administration. I went on to become a Long Beach police officer back in the day when very few women were doing the job. I got seriously injured in the line of duty and started several businesses right in downtown Long Beach. My priorities are number one is reducing homelessness, creating more affordable housing and quality jobs in Long Beach, and implementing parking solutions in downtown. I love Long Beach, I love being a homeowner, and I want to continue my lifetime service to the city and raise the bar for everyone that calls Long Beach home. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move on to our next candidate.
Hi Long Beach, buenas tardes mi gente. My name is Eduardo Lara and I'm running for City Council to be your champion. Let me share why. My parents immigrated from San Luis Potosí, Mexico. My dad's first job in this country was a car wash worker and eventually became a janitor, and has still been a janitor after many decades. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, raised 5 of us, and up until the late 80s, eventually learned English, got a job at a middle school cafeteria, and has been there for the past 25 years. I see them working very hard to provide opportunities for not just me, but my siblings. It is a testament to their hard work that I was able to complete my education all the way up into a PhD in education. And for the last 10 years, I've been working to translate opportunities for thousands of students and taught them to reach for their dreams. As a candidate for City Council, I will now champion all of you as residents and make all of you my number one priority. I believe in my beach plan, which stands for beautification in our communities, economic inclusion, access for all, climate change, and of course, housing. And embedded in the beach plan, of course, is we need to solve the parking problem in our communities. So please check out my website, dreduardolara.com, for more information on my beach plan, my values, and how I will make a tremendous difference in our community, because I love Long Beach.
Let's hear from our next candidate in District 2.
Hi, I'm Ryan Lum. I've lived here in Long Beach in the 2nd District since 2013, and I've seen a lot of change happen in Long Beach in that time, much of it for the better. However, I see 2 major crises that our city needs to address urgently, or there will be some dire negative consequences. And these 2 crises are climate change and affordable housing. As far as climate change goes, I've dedicated my full-time work to climate change activism since I started my YouTube channel in 2013. And every day I wake up asking myself, what more can I do to bring about the changes that really need to be made? And that's what led me to enter this race. Before moving to Long Beach, I used to live in San Francisco, and I saw firsthand what happens when rent prices just spiral out of control. Longtime residents are forced out of their homes, either through profit-based evictions from greedy landlords, or simply they can no longer afford to pay the rents there. I see where our local government is at with these 2 issues, and I simply don't see enough being done. So that's why I'm running to bring a strong voice for these issues that need to be fought for, and please vote for me.
Thank you. Let's move on to our next candidate.
Hi there, I'm Robert Fox, and I'm running for the 2nd District Council seat. I came to this city 35 years ago. I have always lived in the 2nd District, and I've been a leader of the neighborhood associations all that time. I'm running because we have some serious problems, and we need to have some serious answers. Homelessness, affordable housing, parking, and crime. Those are the 4 major issues on the table today. And if we don't tell the truth about each one of those, we cannot come up with a solution. When they talk about a 10% set aside for inclusionary housing for the development downtown, They're talking about a whole different definition of low income. They're talking $85,000. What you and I are talking about is very, very low income. And there's no process for that. For $85,000, you could buy a $500,000 condo. Obviously, that's not the solution. The city needs to set aside its own funds in the budget to build affordable housing. In order to get that money, we're going to have to do an independent fiscal audit of this city and find out where the money's going. Clearly, we're not managing our money well because the highest paid employee in the entire city of Long Beach is a battalion chief making $402,417, higher than the mayor, than the city manager, the police chief, the fire chief. It's clear that we need to analyze this budget, set aside the budget, because we are not going to solve anything, not the homeless, not the parking, not affordable housing, and certainly not crime, if we don't get real figures, if we don't really tell the truth to each other. And these things have to be absolutely public. They can no longer go to the city manager or the mayor and be buried. So I'm calling for transparency. Thanks.
Thank you. Let's move on to our next candidate statement.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Barrera. Let me tell you who I'm not. I'm not paid for, part of the political establishment, and I'm not running to enhance any personal gain or investments like some of my other competitors. But what I am is bold, passionate, committed to the problems that affect us all. For the past 10 years, I have been working as a mental health provider in social work, mental health, and managed an early homeless intervention crisis unit, assisting underserved families, those living unsheltered, and foster youth, connecting them to services for equal opportunities in life. It was navigating through Long Beach Juvenile Courts, Department of Children and Family Services, visiting multiple public schools, and then finally working with the Department of Mental Health, when I realized we don't have a resource problem, but rather a poorly written policy that is implementing and perpetuating inequalities in our communities of color by elected officials that have never done the field work that I just mentioned. Yet, we're entrusting them to solve this social crisis. Or a better question to ask yourself, what other candidates can say that they have done this work? None, because they are millionaire property investors, business stakeholders, and wannabe career politicians, all looking to get connected to a city council that works for them. So if you have any questions or want to get involved with our campaign or check out our platform, please visit barrera2020.com and make sure to vote March 3rd for Jeanette Barrera, City Council District 2. Thank you.
Let's move on to our next candidate in District 6.
Hi, I'm Sharifa Hardy, candidate for Long Beach City Council, District 6. I'm a business consultant. I've helped businesses since I built my first website in 1994. I've spent the past 25 years helping businesses. I'm a .com baby. I'm also the author of Signs You Might Be an Entrepreneur, How to Discover the Entrepreneur in You. But some may say I'm an angry black woman. But you know what? I believe more people should be angry. They should be angry at the lack of jobs. They should be angry at homelessness. They should be angry at not having affordable housing for all of the residents in Long Beach. And that's what I'm about. For more information on me and my platforms, visit AskSharifa.com.
Let's hear from our next candidate.
Hi, I'm Suli Sorrow, and I'm running for Long Beach City Council District 6 to be a responsive and effective representative that will advocate and fight for you in City Hall. With a background in having been a labor organizer for working families, as well as running a nonprofit to ensuring youth have a better future, and as well as a policy advisor to making sure that we make the city work for a resident, and currently as an educator, I want to make sure that we're addressing the issues that are affecting us at the moment, and that is homelessness, as well as making sure city services are working for everybody, and making sure that we are making our neighborhoods safe for our kids to play in and for us to walk in, as well as making sure we revitalize our business corridor, creating jobs. And that is what I want to do for you, is ensuring that our city is inclusive and equitable, and I will fight for that. So I would be honored to earn your vote, the 6th District residents, to be your next councilwoman. Thank you very much.
We're about halfway through. Let's move on to our next candidate.
Hi, I'm running for 6th District Council due to the lack of leadership and accountabilities for our 6th District. Also, we have been given broken promises, but no actions whatsoever. We need somebody who has been doing something, who's active in the 6th District community, that has been combating gang violence, creating cleanups, doing patrols, and I've been doing that for the past 5 years. Our small business corridors in our district, they look terrible. They have blight, and we have lost a lot of great, amazing small businesses due to that, but also due to the rising cost of rent. I have also been helping the Long Beach Police Department take down a human trafficking and drug trafficking and combat gang violence within our 6th District. I escort children to the schools and also to their homes because the gangs are physically attacking them and also harassing them to join their gangs. And I have been doing that for the past 5 years. I also have a small business within the 6th District that's in the Cambodian side of the town called Midtown neighborhood. I have been given monies back within the community and also to the organizations within it as well. What you get from me is you're going to get somebody who's going to be a fighter for you, who's going to be transparent, who's not going to take the salary but actually going to give it back to the 6th District. My vote is not going to be bought. My vote is for the people of 6th District. That's what I'm going to do for you. My name is Josephine Villaseñor, and please vote for me because I'm going to stand with you and not against you. Thank you.
Moving on to our next candidate.
Hi, my name is Craig Ercy, and I'm running for City Council in the 6th District of Long Beach. I know our city is growing, but it's leaving our 6th District behind. I'm fighting to bring our people together and change politics in our city. It's time that our local politicians reflect the values of our community and not their self-interests. It's time to do away with big money and establishment politics and work together to restore faith in our local government and bring voice to our people. I'm humbled by my roots, where my grandfather was an auto worker for 35 years in the now dilapidated Flint, Michigan, and all my immediate family served in the armed forces. They taught me the values of hard work, honoring the nobility of public service, and always speaking the truth. It's what allowed this small-town military brat to leave home and seek new opportunities abroad. I bring a breath of fresh air and will bring my international business experience to empower our community within and bring opportunities to our city from around the world. It's time to get our people back on a path of financial independence and homeownership. We need to transform our business climate and inspire entrepreneurs from within our community and attract new businesses from around the world. We need to open up the floodgates of resources to our community and reseed the dried up community programs and link them up to new jobs. We need to grow our city and balance its budget without burdening our people with more taxes and rising fees. As your city councilman, I vow to fight for transparency. We'll open up our city with town hall meetings, add agendize items, and work with the community on reshaping our policies. With your vote this March 3rd, I look forward to working for you day one to retransform our city and bring opportunities to our 6th District. Thank you.
Let's move on to our next candidate in District 8.
Hello, PADNET viewers. I'm Councilman Al Austin, and I'm running for a third term on the Long Beach City Council representing the 8th District. Over the last 8 years, my mission has been to make the 8th District in Long Beach the most livable community in the city. And I think we've come a long way to doing that. We've improved economic development tremendously by bringing in dozens and dozens of new businesses throughout the district. Our commercial corridors, the Atlantic Corridor, Long Beach Boulevard, are doing much better than they were when I first took office, and there's still much more on the horizon. We've developed new housing and have a new housing plan. 5 new developments are under development as we speak in the various stages of planning. Infrastructure investment has been unmatched and unprecedented in the community. When I took office, all of the resources we're going downtown, and I have made it a point to secure resources for the 8th District and for Uptown, and to make sure that those resources have been equitably distributed. Park space. I have developed over 40 acres of new park space just within the last 8 years alone. We're not done yet. We still need to improve Davenport Park, and I've secured over $5 million to do that, and that should be happening within the next couple of years. New housing developments are also on the horizon in the 8th District. I've developed the only single-family housing project in Long Beach in the last 25 years, and that's the Riverdale development. But we still have other developments on Long Beach Boulevard, Atlantic, Orange Avenue, and Atlantic and South coming. Affordable housing is necessary, but also you need a council member who has the experience to get things done and to deal with the challenges facing our city today, and I'm that guy. I would appreciate your vote today up till March 3rd. Thank you very much.
Let's move on to our next candidate.
Hi, I'm Juan Ovalle, and I'm running for City Council to represent our 8th District because I'm concerned about its future. We have come too far to sit idly by as incumbent politicians prioritize representing out-of-town corporate developers and special interests, which too often don't coincide with the interests of our community and small businesses that make Long Beach a great place. Our city suffers from irresponsible budgeting, forcing us to pay some of the highest taxes in America, while the air we breathe is some of the worst in the nation. At the same time, our district lacks inadequate investment in public infrastructure, services, from parks to public safety to the doubling of response times caused by the closure of our fire station number 9, as well as rising crime rates. It is time for change. I have deep roots in my community. I grew up here, unlike my fellow candidates. I only have my community's best interest in mind. I have lived here for over 50 years, attending Long Beach Public Schools, from kindergarten to Long Beach Poly High School to Cal State Long Beach. I worked at Long Beach Water Department for over 15 years as an administrative analyst, with most of my work dealing with budgeting. My wife and I established our own local business here in Long Beach as housing providers in the area. I am beholden to our community. I receive donations from neighbors, friends, family, not from special interests. Our district needs a champion that will unite us and work for solutions. I am running for City Council to represent 8th District because I know we can. We can clean up our parks and streets. We can improve our local businesses. We can loosen up the grip homelessness has on our city. We can restore our democratic process. I hope to gain your trust that we will work together as partners and representing the 8th District. Vote for Juan Ovalle on March 3rd. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's move on to our next candidate statement.
Hi, I'm Tanua Thrash Intuk, and I'm running for Long Beach City Council, District 8. Our neighborhoods have suffered far too long, and I believe that our neighborhoods have the potential to change, but first, we must change our local leadership. As the first in my family to attend college, I graduated from UC Berkeley, and I received a master's degree from MIT. I have devoted my career to ensuring that we have great communities to live, work, raise a family, and do business. As an executive director of a local nonprofit organization, I have fought to ensure that we build housing that's affordable for families, invested in small businesses, and done neighborhood commercial revitalization. I'll organize block by block to make sure that our district gets its fair resources so that we can pave our streets, fix our sidewalks, and improve community safety. My name is Tanua Thrash Intuk, and I am running for City Council. Please take a look at my website at www.tanua2020.com for more information. I ask for your vote on March 3rd so that together we can improve Uptown Long Beach.
I would like to thank the candidates for their statement. And now it's time to move on to the second part of our show, the community question. The community question was sent from social media. And the question is, what is your stance on affordable housing and how will your ideas benefit the community? Let's hear from our first candidate.
I love the diversity in Long Beach, and I want to make sure that everyone who calls Long Beach home has an affordable place to live. And that includes working families, seniors, veterans, artists, folks with special needs. Everyone deserves a comfortable place to live. And as your city council person, I will work hard to make sure that we have affordable housing, that we have inclusive housing, and that I work with developers to make sure that everyone has an affordable place to live.
Long Beach is experiencing a housing crisis. Under my leadership, I want to make sure that the diverse residents we have in our city can continue to call our community home. I want to bring in more inclusionary housing practices to ensure that those are in the low income and middle income can afford to live in this city. And I also want to make sure that those that are experiencing homelessness have transitionary housing. My leadership will ensure that I put those policies through on City Council. So with your vote, I will make that happen.
First, I would like to end developer loopholes in which residential property developers pay a fee to the city rather than providing affordable housing now. We need it now, we needed it yesterday. Secondly, I want to make profit-based evictions illegal in our city. Our tenants need more protections. And lastly, I want our city to work with more nonprofit housing developers.
We have some really great ideas for affordable housing. Container housing, tiny homes, modular housing, all on the table. We can't let the city do this by themselves because the last time they built a one-bedroom, it cost $545,000. A container home single costs $45,000, double $75,000. Obviously, we need more housing, so we'd better do this right the first time. Let's build.
Once I'm elected, I plan on addressing the affordable housing by implementing real solutions that protect the working class, elderly, and students. Some of those ideas are implementing inclusionary housing up to 30% of all developers, bridge housing, and supportive housing, which assists people who are transitioning or going through a rough time to being able to have time to get back up on their feet. Thank you.
My stance on affordable housing is that affordable housing should be a right. It should be a right for everyone, not just a privilege. I used to live in District 7, where housing was not as much as an issue as in District 6. When I moved to District 6, there were homeless people living, sleeping in front of me, as well as in tents next to my house. We have to help people, and that's what I'm going to do if you elect me for City Council.
Affordable housing is very important to me, and I think it's one approach to addressing our homelessness crisis. And I think we need to work with everybody. We need to work with developers, our nonprofit organizations, as well as our city, county, state, and federal agencies to bring in the grants that's necessary to make sure we have enough housing vouchers, available housing that will take those vouchers, as well as build more affordable housing for everybody. Thank you.
As a person that has experienced homeless before, I think by attacking the different forms of levels of homelessness that we need to focus on the mental health, physical health, life skills and job skills, as well as affordable housing. I've worked with other organizations and other businesses that have funding that is allocated for this to create a better initiative and better housing. So if you look for me, look for Josephine V. Senor, Google me, and you'll see all of my platforms. Thank you.
We are in an affordable housing crisis that's been going on for years, from inflating economies and stagnant wages. Our incumbents receiving donations from developers that will want to gentrify our neighborhoods. But if we set a standard of 15% affordable housing, we're going to stifle the development and increase prices across the city. Instead, we should be focusing on getting people on a path to home ownership, or ownership of some kind in the city that will create the financial independence they deserve, stabilize prices, and safely develop our city.
Affordable housing in our community is extremely important, particularly today with the housing crisis that we face. Our market has turned around tremendously, and it looks like we need to build more density and more housing, particularly in the 8th District, where we already have a considerable amount of affordable housing. But we need to be smart and strategic in how we do it. And I think there are opportunities in particular areas of our district where we can get that done. And I'm going to make that happen over the next 4 years.
In Long Beach, 60% of households are renters. Long Beach officials cater to corporate developers who leave town with huge profits and leave residents with higher rents and a lower quality of life. The resulting gap of affordable housing is being filled by mom and pop providers of housing that is affordable, like myself. I propose a tenant landlord coalition to work together to develop mutually beneficial solutions. Please visit juanovalle4council.com for more information. Thank you.
I believe that all families deserve to live in decent, safe, and housing that's affordable to them. I have over 20 years of experience in working on policy issues, financing, and building affordable housing. I believe that the City Council will benefit from that experience. We've got work to do to ensure that our planning resources and our financial resources line up so that we can house families in our city and end homelessness.
I would like to thank all the candidates for participating in this episode of PADNET Presents. I would also like to remind the Long Beach community to vote on Tuesday, March 3rd, 2020. That concludes our show for today, and thank you for watching.